Hey there, my name is Brittany and this is Seed Soil Water. I am the creator of the Journey Journal. I also have some freebies on my website for you as a thank you and a gift to you just out of gratitude for you being here. So that's at seedsoilwater.today. I have a message for you, so let's get into it. And I already peeked at the first card and it said flood. And just so you know, I did not receive any negative. It wasn't a negative kind of flood. It was like flood, like goodness, good things. And the next card, wealth and abundance. These are shuffled, by the way. A flood of wealth and abundance. But then, ironically, it says slow. So there may be a flood of wealth and abundance. And this could be not just necessarily cash. How many of us know that like we love cash and we say yes to cash, and cash, you come on through. I will adopt you and I will take good care of you, cash. So feel free to come to my life. But wealth and abundance can also be in the form of so many other things, which is relationships, opportunities. What else? Ideas. Relationships, opportunities, wealth and abundance of revelation, wealth and abundance of healing. Okay, there's so many things. But what I'm hearing is as this, and by the way, the flooding doesn't typically, in my opinion, necessarily give off the vibe of slow. Usually flood to me is like, wow, flood, I see like flash flood. So it's like there's this flash flood of wealth and abundance that's coming, and you're being reminded to manage it slow, like with slowness, with being metered, being wise. Like A, don't go blow it all in one place. B, if it's a relationship thing, like take it slow. Because yeah, you're probably going to see the wealth and the abundance in this new thing, and like, yes, like it's, you know, especially if you've been waiting and praying for this. So we're just being reminded to take it slow, to take it slow. And we give thanks for the grace that empowers us to take it slow. Because like a kid in a candy shop, it's like, oh my gosh, it's here now. I see it, I have it. Like I want to just like, you know, like emote and make a lot of action. So it's being like, no, stay metered, stay in control. The grace is with you. Surprise gifts are ahead. Surprise gifts are ahead. I'm just gonna leave that there, guys, because I can't wait to hear. Like, if you feel comfortable, please come back to this message, save it, and let me know what surprise gifts came through for you. The energy is with you. Will have the energy to deal with this. I'm also being shown right now to go within yourself, really take some time to think about, are there any subconscious blockages that I have to allowing this wealth and abundance, this flood of wealth and abundance to come into my energy field, my life. And you might be surprised at some of the subconscious blocks that are actually keeping things at bay, because we are actually sending off the signal like, no, don't really send that because I'm not worthy, or no, don't really send that because I am afraid of being that person that has that. You know, like I don't want people to think that I'm, you know, I'm like those people, or maybe I project like that I don't like those people, so therefore I can't have that because then I would be one of them. Like there might be this whole identity crisis that's actually in the subconscious that you're not even aware of. So really take some time. I'm going to give you a real life example of this. When I was scripting what my dream vision is, and what I also know is just like for me, and I'm like, I'm so grateful now that I have this, I had to really think through, am I subconsciously wanting to hold myself back from whatever it is, like let's say receiving abundance, because currently I have it set so that I do my job so that I make money, and then I make money and my kids therefore go and they spend time in their amazing beloved home daycare that we call school, because it's very much like preschool. They thrive there, they play with friends, it's like being with cousins all day. They are loved and prioritized by more than one caregiver, and it's like, it's a beautiful thing. We already have best friends there that we like play with outside of there. So it's a wonderful thing. And I had to really think to myself, like, am I subconsciously holding myself back from financial freedom because I like the structure of life? You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of thing where it's like, no, you could still be free and be free. Yes, you could. What's another example? Another example is like really this, like me stepping into my divine identity. There was a really long time, which by the way, I do not shame myself for wanting to be sure that I knew what I was hearing, and I wanted to know my intuition, the voice of the source before, and like I needed to know that I was hearing correctly before I would step into this, because it's very important to me that I don't mislead people. So there were years that I didn't step into it because of that. But then there's also, like, I think an element of accountability where I was too afraid of the accountability that would come with me being my divine self in front of people. So I just kind of wanted to hide because I wasn't sure if I would be able to handle. It's kind of like, you know, a lot of people want subscribers, but then are they subconsciously blocking that? Like, are they subconsciously sending out the energetic field that they don't because they don't want to be seen by that many people? Sometimes it's a fear of being seen. So those are a lot of examples of what could possibly energetically being holding you back from receiving what's for you. So take some time and really follow it down. Maybe it's straight up that you don't know if you could manage that much money. Like, what would I do with it? Am I afraid? One of the weird cultural things, I worked in banking in my very first job at 16, and so I've known the rules of banking ever since I was young. And it was always, I know that after 10,000 they start like checking, they start like, you have to like say what it was for and where it's from, and it kind of feels like this authoritarian thing. And that's like, to me it's like, who cares, right? to myself now. But there's a part of me where it's just like, oh, you had to do paperwork and it's like they're watching you now. That like made me feel some level of nervous. That probably was a subconscious like, I don't want that much money because like then they're gonna know that I have it and they're gonna want me to tell them where it came from, and they're gonna want to watch me, and I don't like being watched, you know, like by especially the authority, like the government, like it feels icky. But it's like, no, these are big hitter moves. Like, you shouldn't be afraid of that. Your divine self, your spirit man is bigger than all of these little systems of man. The one that goes before you spiritually, the divine team that surrounds you, they're all way more powerful and bigger than any of these little systems of man that act like they're in control or that they're in power. They're not. They're just grasping at straws, trying to keep, the only thing that keeps them in power is like the slave mindset that we all continue participating in. And by the way, I don't mean go on some big rampage of like rebellion. You do this all internally, spiritually, and you just make moves ninja style, 811 as I look up, spiritually, okay? Ice. What in the world? What does this have to do with the message? What I'm seeing is like, what are those called? Glaciers, like big old glaciers, like breaking into the ocean. You know what I'm talking about, right? You've seen the videos with that. Okay. So it's like these power systems that I was just talking to, and they appear to have they appear to have everything locked up, you know, like ice, and ice is hard and cold. But the fire that burns within the divine ones, 902 as I look up, the fire that burns within the divine ones is like, it will melt all that away. Let me clear my throat. Is there a message that's not being wanted to be released right now? The fire that burns within the divine ones burns, it will melt that ice. Yes, it will. And it already is. Let the weak say, I am strong. Remember that we are not grasshoppers in our eyes or anybody else's. And that was the most important key part of that story, is that it said, we are grasshoppers in our own eyes compared to those giants, and in theirs too. It's like, how would you know? You didn't go ask them if you guys look like grasshoppers. You didn't talk to those giants. As far as I know, you were supposed to be spying, so they better not have seen you, because now you're really in trouble if you gave away your position, and if you really are having the mentality that you're just grasshoppers compared to these giants. 1001, mirrors, mirrors. Mirroring numbers are everywhere lately. You must have a proper self-concept and remember who you are spiritually and the divine team that surrounds you. You're surrounded by a gang of angels. They know what's good. They know what's going on. And you must not look at the giants of these corporations and these corporate systems of man as being bigger than you and your divine mission. Whew, this word is becoming something. Remember to speak that hedge of protection around yourself, your vessel, your home, and your children, especially around our children. Right now, we declare and decree that the minds of our children are free and clear of any mind control, of any, I'm going to say it, satanic manipulation. We cancel it now, and we plead the blood, and we decree and declare wholeness, sound mind. That song is so moving. Wow. Oh my gosh, yes. How many of us can testify, I couldn't think of another word, that for what we've come through, it is a miracle that we have a sound mind, that we are not just like, you know, hiding under our bed. Like, anyway, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., it's key time. Pay attention to the thoughts that come to you. Pay attention when you wake up. Ask the divine team, like, what's going on? Why am I awake right now? What do you want to tell me? Maybe grab a journal, start journaling, get your journey journal. You want to record your divine memoir. You want it to be topic organized because you're not going to, as you fill up the journals, it's helpful to go back and be able to find things in sections. Like, what was that dream? I don't know exactly when it was. I have 15 journals. When was that dream? That's why it's topic organized. Choose understanding. Choose understanding. Inner understanding. Choose, determine within yourself that you align with the inner understanding of the spirit, okay? I'm going to let that one resonate as it does naturally. Focus on staying in alignment so that you can have that understanding. The wheel of fortune, everything is conspiring in your favor. You have a divine identity, you have a divine mission here, you're a divine purpose. That the wheel of fortune is always spinning on your behalf. You're going through things just to like learn, grow, gather information, but the fortune will indeed come in at the perfect timing. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And then the Word stepped into flesh to show us how to do this, and then the Word said, I'm going to go and prepare a place for you. You need to, the place is the Spirit. The place is the Spirit. It's a place of revelation. He said, greater things you're going to do than I did, because all of you all are going to have this tetelestai paid in full ticket. This must be a good word. All of you all are going to have this tetelestai paid in full ticket. It's going to release the divine identity and the accessibility and the ability and the unending endurance and way to make it happen. And the road is always going to clear for you, and it's always going to work out for you. And no matter what they throw at you, no matter what weapon is formed, it's not going to take you out, because you have that unending, unextinguishable fire within you. And it is so beautiful. Freedom is your birthright. Freedom is your birthright. This down. The word is down, but I'm seeing like move discreetly, move strategically, okay? Don't prejudge everything that comes into your path. Like, it might not look like what you think it's supposed to look like. It might be weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might not have the appearance of, so just don't like prejudge it. Test every spirit. Like, what that means is just test the energy, you know. But stay wise. The wealth transfer is here. I mean, it always comes in spiritual level up before the 3D for those of us, in my opinion, for those of us who are really in alignment. The spiritual level up before the cash level up is to protect us. It's because our souls are worth more than cash. 1441. Winter. right now where everybody's going through that winter arc. We're all about to up level through this winter in a way that nobody could have expected. They're going to be like, what happened over the winter, as all of the divine ones arise into the new level of their divine identity, new dimensions, and secure new dimensions in the spirit realm. The fulfillment of gifts are here. Like your spiritual gifts are being like activated, changing gears. We went over this one. Clarity is coming. Protect your heart, because all of the matters of life flow from it, and write the vision and make it plain. Make sure you read it out loud to yourself every single day. I am so grateful now that you can even write it as a living eulogy in third person with your name on it. So reading it with your name in third person, okay? That's all I have for now. I'm gonna leave this here. Subscribe, make sure you come back, check back Tuesdays and Thursdays on YouTube for new readings. Fridays I do Flower and Fire podcast episodes, which are more of like podcasts, just listening. So come back to that whenever it works for you in your week. Grab a journey journal on Amazon. There are free resources on seedsoilwater.today, which is my website. Also, if you'd like to book a session with me, there are ways to do that. Check the description box below for all the links. Be blessed, be well, be free.